Welcome to the Rewrite Your Story with Tasha Joe podcast, where we fearlessly dive into the vast realm of thoughts, ideas, and conversations that know no bounds. Buckle up and prepare for a wild ride as we venture into uncharted territories and explore the unexplored. On this journey, we leave no stone unturned and no topic untouched. So whether you're a seeker of knowledge, a lover of stories, or simply someone who craves the thrill of the unknown, this podcast is tailor-made just for you. Tune in, fasten your seatbelt, and prepare for a roller coaster ride through the vast expanse of human curiosity. Get ready to be amazed, enlightened, and entertained because on this podcast, there's only one rule. There are no rules. Hello, beautiful friends. I know it has been about 4 months since I've aired a podcast episode. I was being very consistent, airing every 2 weeks. And for those of you who don't know, the first couple months I was just busy traveling, in love, loving life, just really enjoying myself. And then the last couple months I have been going through some major grieving. I lost my fiancé first week in January, and it has been one of the most gut-wrenching, most painful experiences in my entire life. And today's episode is just kind of a little bit about my grieving journey and the things that I've been doing to get back on my feet. I'm finally back to work after taking like a month off, and today I just kind of want to talk a little bit about that. I'm not really ready to air the details and whatnot. That'll be for a future episode, but I kind of just want to touch on grief in general. So, loss is a journey that no one prepares for, and yet it's an inevitable part of life. When I lost my fiancé, Austin, it was one of the most heart-wrenching experiences of my life, a loss that shattered my world in an instant. It was like waking up in a different universe, one where everything I had built and dreamed of just crumbled in an instant. Some days felt unbearable, and I often questioned how I was going to keep going. After years of navigating rocky relationships, I finally found the love of my life and my best friend. We had just moved into our beautiful new home that we bought a week before he passed. We were engaged, ready to get married, and super excited to start a family. Before Austin, I wasn't really sure as I'm getting older if I wanted kids. And when Austin came into my life, I was actually really excited for that. But in a cruel twist of fate, everything I cherished was taken away. I just kept asking myself, how could someone so vibrant, so full of joy, just be gone, just like that? The shock of losing him was so gut-wrenching, and it left me in the state of disbelief and heartache. I had never experienced pain like this before, and each day felt like I was climbing a mountain without any gear. The world around me seemed dull and lifeless, and I was like grappling with questions that had no answers. And despite the overwhelming grief, I found solace in the healing work I had done over the years. It didn't make the pain go away, but it definitely provided me with tools to navigate this dark chapter of my life. I learned that healing is not a linear process, it's a winding road filled with so many ups and downs. I allowed myself to feel the grief deeply, yet I also sought moments of light amidst the darkness. I mean, I took almost a month and a half off work, and I'm so grateful for my Mystic Movement team that just ran the show. They never once, said, "When are you coming back to work?" They gave me the space to just take the time and heal. And I think that's the one thing that is so crucial in your healing process during grief is if you don't allow yourself the time to really feel these things and you just push it down, it's gonna come back up later. And I didn't want to do that. And so I am very grateful that, I did have those tools. One of the most pivotal changes I made was prioritizing self care. Initially, it felt kind of selfish. Like, how could I focus on myself when I was consumed by this heartbreak and this loss. But I then realized self care became a crucial part of my healing journey. It's definitely started out small, like even just getting myself to take a hot bath or listening to a meditation or simply allowing myself to just cry. Gradually, it evolved into more intentional practices. Like I started journaling. I got a pop up sauna and I would sweat it out every night. And a lot of these things I'm still doing. I'm just kind of walking you through like the beginning to where I'm at now. Going for walks in nature and then eventually surrounding myself with friends and family. I definitely isolated. I had a couple friends and family members that would just show up because they knew I just kept saying, I just want to be alone. But through self care, I began to reconnect with myself, rediscovering passions and interests that had been overshadowed by grief. I found strength in vulnerability, allowing myself to share my memories about me and Austin with others. Each conversation, each moment of connection definitely helped me feel less alone in my sorrow. And as I reflect on this journey, I'm reminded that healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means carrying the love we shared with us, even in the absence. The vibrant spirit of Austin continues to inspire me to live fully. While I may never fully understand why life took such a tragic turn, I'm definitely learning to honor our love by embracing life again, just like I know he'd want me to. And those of you who knew Austin, you already know. But for those of you who didn't, Austin was a one of a kind soul, someone who left a profound impact on everyone he met. He had this incredible way of making every single person feel important, whether you were his closest friend, his family, or even someone he had just met. He had this gift of seeing you, like truly seeing you. He listened with his whole heart, celebrated your victories like they were his own, and he even carried your burdens as if they were his to bear. He had this unique ability to make you feel like you were the most important person in the world, and somehow he made every single person feel that way. But let me tell you something about Austin and I. We actually go way back to the sixth grade, actually. We dated in sixth grade, but here's the kicker. I broke up with him, and the reason is absolutely hilarious to me now. Back then, I was, let's just say, very endowed at the time. And Austin, in his usual hilarious and larger than life way, thought it would be funny to blow up some balloons and walk around saying, "These are my girlfriend's titties." As you can imagine, sixth grade me was not that thrilled, so I broke up with him. We laughed about this story endlessly, and he never let me forget it. We always joked about how I was the one who let him get away, and yet somehow the universe knew we weren't finished. It brought us back, or it brought us both back together later, and it was nothing short of amazing. To think that the boy I broke up with for being a class clown would become the love of my life, it's a story only Austin and I can share. Austin and I were two halves of a whole. Like we were inseparable in every sense. And we weren't just in love. I truly believe that Austin and I were a living testament to what a true partnership looks like. But the truth is, Austin shared himself with all of us. He didn't just belong to me, he belonged to this community of people who loved him so deeply. His light was that bright. He brought so much joy and so much love into this world, touching the lives of everyone who was lucky enough to know him. He made each of us feel seen, valued, cherished, whether you knew him for a short time or a long time. He left an impression on everybody that will last for a lifetime. And one thing I've came to realize is Austin's legacy isn't just the love we shared, it's the love he shared with all of us. He taught us what it means to be present, to listen, to care, and to give to ourselves fully. He reminded us that life isn't about what you have, but it's about the people you share it with. And, life has a way of reminding us how fragile it really is, often when we least expect it. We tend to live in this bubble of certainty, believing that our loved ones will always be here, sharing laughter, creating memories, and supporting us through life's ups and downs. But the truth is, we never know when a moment may be our last. And this uncertainty is why it is so vital to love fiercely and boldly and wholeheartedly. And Loving hard means fully embracing those around us, cherishing every moment, and expressing our feelings without hesitation. It's about showing up for people we care about, making the effort to connect, and letting our people know how much they really do mean to us. It's in the small gestures, a heartfelt text, a warm hug, or simply just being present during tough times that we create a tapestry of love and support. When we love deeply, we cultivate relationships that can weather any storm. We build a foundation of trust and understanding, making it easier to navigate life's challenges together. This bond becomes even more precious when faced with the reality of loss. The memories we create and the love we share become our most cherished treasures, reminders of the connections that shaped our lives. Because of Austin, I will never remain the same. I swear to you, I am a far better person just from knowing him. Some people go their entire lives without experiencing true, raw, authentic love. But I'm so grateful because Austin gifted me that. He gave me something so rare and so beautiful, and something that I will always carry with me for the rest of my life. No one ever thinks that loss will touch their lives. We often believe it happens to other people, but the truth is, life is unpredictable, and the people we hold dear can be taken away from us in any instant. This is why loving hard is not just a choice, it's a necessity. It's about living with intention, making every moment count, and ensuring that those we love know how much we love them and how much they matter to us. And in the end, it's the love we give and receive that truly defines our lives. So please let us embrace the people around us with open hearts, cherish our time together, and express our love boldly. Because when we love hard, we create a legacy of connection that endures, even in the face of loss. Let's make every moment a testament to the power of love, for we never know how long we have with those we hold closest to us. And if you are somebody who is navigating your own grief, know that it's okay to feel lost. It's okay to struggle. But remember that self care, connection, and healing are powerful allies. Allow yourself to feel, to grieve, and to eventually find your way back to the light. And I promise you, you will. I still have so many days of darkness, and, like, we're human, but it's having the right tools and the right people in our corner to help navigate this road. And I don't wish this road upon anybody. It is by far, and I have been through, as a lot of my listeners who have listened to several of my episodes, I have been through some pretty tough stuff. And, I've just kind of came to realize that's part of my purpose and my journey. And the universe just loves to give me all the things, but I am very strong, and I am learning to be grateful. I have so much gratitude for the time that I did get to have with Austin. And it's just one of those journeys that, unanswered questions, but I'm learning every single day, and I'm trying my best. And yeah, so just allow yourself to grieve and to eventually find your way back to the light. Your journey is uniquely yours, and there is no timeline for healing. Just take it one day at a time and trust that brighter days are ahead. Grief is not a linear journey, and there are days when the weight of loss feels unbearable, and you will have a lot of those days, but it is about finding balance, allowing yourself to feel the pain while also embracing the joy of life. Life is so precious and fleeting, and the connections we cultivate are our greatest treasures. And I just want to say, I know this is just a mini episode. I thought a lot about what all I wanted to include in this one. I just wanted to get back on here and get my foot back in the door and just kind of fill you in a little bit and tell the people out there who are grieving you're not alone. I am so here for you. If you need anything, please reach out. Yeah, I feel your pain, and day by day, things will get better. And I love you, and I will see you all soon.